Okay, guys. Okay, if you take a look at one of your friends' kind of sample of exercise that she did, okay, if I want to judge from the work that your friend have done here right now, I can see that she has enough kind of understanding to work with the tablets there. We might say that she has a right kind of understanding, and of course that she also has a skill that required to work with the strokes well. Okay, I'm not saying that okay, everyone has their own individual kind of level of skill that required to work with this exercise directly, or for the entire of the illustration exercise there, right? But the point is right now, are you willing to change the way you draw? Okay, so if you take a look at her drawing here, her drawings here, right? We can see that she has enough kind of understanding to use the tablet well, to understand, to move the stroke well, even though there's a few kind of maybe errors or maybe uh, mistakes or things that we can improve later on in our writing. Especially when it comes to draw, right, the pupil of the eyes, the eyebrows maybe, right, okay, the lips itself when they move. But the whole constructions line, what we call it, strokes that we actually saw from here, he has enough understanding. It's a good start, right? Okay, this is some of the samples. Okay, for any of you guys, okay, everyone who actually watched the videos this morning, watch our conversation this morning there, okay, take a look closely, and you need to watch also all the videos that I actually have recorded, right? Please do, right? Because most of the videos that I record normally, right, for demonstrations, I might going to add new kind of information there, right? New kind of information or sharing sessions there, okay? The main objective or our visions to see the level of skill that the students should require, okay, by the end of the semesters before you guys will go into next semesters. This is the thing that we want to get people ready there, okay, to face future kind of semesters, future kind of subjects, right? Because whatever that you guys been working on from these moments, I can assure you they're going to affect your kind of level of understanding, okay, from different kind of semesters, okay, when you actually go into the next level of semesters there, right? Even though you might going to think that you will learn new things about application and tools that you guys going to use, like different kind of software that works the right way, and maybe different kind of theoretical or added kind of values on your learning lesson to develop your discipline in design principles the right way. But if you take a look later on, right, if you actually notice later on, right, we actually using we actually running in the one full of circle, and we might going to see and also experience and try to adapt and apply the same old thing that we used to learn from first semesters. A lot of students, a lot of people nowadays, they thought, they always thought, right, they always learn new things. Whatever they learned from previous semesters, they have to close the books because they already get the marks. Right? They already get the marks, and then they close the books. They don't want to think about it because sometimes they really hate about, they don't like the lesson itself. Maybe the lesson is not that up to their expectations sometimes, they're right, okay? Because they don't understand what they've learned that they see. They don't actually try to understand, okay, the gaps of those disciplines for multimedia, okay, or graphic design, for example. They always thought that, right? They just want to choose, just like buying some things, right? At the groceries, okay, you just buy something that you like and want to use there. It's not like that. Okay? Yeah, everything that you guys learn, basically, the things that you will use, develop your design sense. Okay. So I have to explain to you guys all these kind of things because if there is no one actually explain or mumbling about all these kind of things, or the important things that basically, you might going to be lost later on. Okay? You're going to lose in your oblivion. Okay, have you guys watched the videos, the previous videos? Who actually have watched the videos there? Do you notice that actually check what we call that? I already what we call that post the videos there right again. No, all right. Maybe some people say, okay, if we watch the video, why actually we have to enter the class there, right? Those are some of the logic answer, right? Okay? Some logic answer normally that people always give there, right? One, two, oh yeah, one, two there. I just post two videos there, three videos there. Okay, this from our graphical class. But you guys can browse it because this one is using for listed there, okay? One of the reason I dip into the listed because when I want to upload these videos, it's very long there, so I can't actually write it. I can't wait to just to be there and write it. So, okay. Please watch the videos there, okay? Later, okay? One of the reason I want you guys to experience to watch the videos because I'm actually have been demonstrate what type of drawings that you need that requires for you to learn, right? To develop like along the way. All right. So basically no one actually watched the video, right? Is it? This is sleepy, yeah.
I
Good.
got watch one video only. Group one.
Mm. So group one there, right? Okay, what basically you've learned from that actually? Or you feel bored when I actually talk a lot there, right? Huh?
I just
What do you
choose.
think about
I
it?
just choose. Skip. I just skip the video and choose some
Skip, skip,
artwork.
skip there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just I one picture need to draw through two drawings. One is like our usually what we draw, and one is like a draft something like the circle, triangle, the shape, the basic structure.
Okay. Do you understand why actually we should do that?
Sorry,
Do you actually understand the reason why we have to apply those kind of drawings?
because we need to train our skill or basic structure
Okay.
for those who cannot draw well.
Yeah, that's right. So those are the reasons, guys. Okay, because there is no such thing as mm, an easiest way or easiest path that, okay, that I can actually provide to you guys. If you say that, um, sir, is there any quickest way for us to work, right? More effective way, the right way to draw, to learn to draw more fastest, more easy, all right? Because we want to have a very quick shortcut, all right? Mm. I don't have that kind of answer. The only thing that I know, right, if we actually what we call that, know how actually doing a very shortcut way, right, to do all this stuff. The only problem that we will have face in the future is that normally, because nowadays, all right, we actually have okay, in every applications that you guys uh, have later on, okay, to watch some of the videos, okay, to do some video editing, like if you watch at the YouTube channel, like nowadays, okay, like video, right, okay, uh, video, this one, right, video, 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 uh, if you watch some of the tips from most of the a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays are taking videos or After Effects, kind of what we call the applications, right? And let me check whether we have that. What not this one, the left. Okay, have you watched these videos then? Right, it's all about the, maybe it's not actually right, it's a part of our lesson for this morning there, right? Because I have done the videos that for you guys. But I will record also the videos later on. Okay, I'm recording the videos, I'm showing some demos there, okay, but I just want to talk to you guys, explain to you guys, okay. If you watch this kind of videos, then only, okay, all to get rich in quick way, the right way, right? Make money in quick way, the right way. Young person suddenly become a millionaire, right? If you talk any kind of millionaire in the world, there, right? They never say making money is very easy, there, right? But they will show you guys how to invest, all right? Your times and maybe your small amount of money or the way that it's going to works to make a profit directly in the future. Maybe you guys not anyone anyone here actually working part times, right? To make money there, right? Anyone? No, right? No? If you guys are working part time directly, you will know right how hard it is to make money there, right? But basically, we also have the same challenge there. Everyone has that, right? So same goes to okay this kind of thing, right? I don't think it's very the people who actually make money is people who make the videos. People who invest, I don't know that. Right? Maybe later on in the futures, you will find a lot of solutions like they become insurance agents there, maybe insurance brokers there, maybe there, right? Or maybe there are those kind of thing like marketing sales kind of people there can be works. Marketing sales peoples, yes, I believe that they can make a lot of money from that, right? So when we go back into the quick kind of schemes, how to work right entirely in the right way, right? Even though we have right, right a lot, see, right? See? I don't know that, right? Because basically the videos, okay, the ad basically that we have that I actually watched, right? Okay, there's one of the one of the advertisements about the videos, I think, right? Okay? This company, I think from India, maybe, I think India or American Indian, I think they actually have these videos. Right, they now give a lot of solutions, okay, for the layman, okay, to do their kind of videos using the plug-in, okay, After Effects, whatever it is, okay, you just pay around $69, I think, times four, that's around 100 to 100 something there, right? Okay, plus there. All right, so that you guys can actually use all those kind of effects, plug in, right? Edit a little bit, okay, into your presentations, the video presentation there, right? Okay, those are the things there. That can be a part of those quick kind of way to design your works or maybe to produce your kind of montage, graphic montage later on in the future. I believe that maybe some of you guys also have experienced this, do this kind of things, right, okay, on your own, maybe there, okay, using your phones nowadays. Right. So those are what are the good exploration there. Maybe because that's why a new generation nowadays they want to apply multimedia, right? Okay? But all those kind of uh, visual that you're going to work there, okay? If you don't have a very good fundamental how actually people doing those kind of works there, okay? In the futures, maybe if you want to make a living with this kind of what we call that business directing, if you do not have enough kind of information, understandings, it might going to have a lot of difficult challenges. Right? That's why a lot of people doesn't do multimedia when they actually graduate. Right? They don't actually apply what they've learned when they graduate. They do something else, right? They're going to entirely doing something else. Those are the most, I think, scariest kind of situations, right? Okay, because you can spend two 2.5 years maybe or 1.5 years to learn about all these kind of things. Right, it's when you do something else there, okay? And some people have keep changing doing something there, okay? But it's okay, okay, as long as you guys know basically your directions, right? Okay, how actually you're going to make your own livings in the right way, right? So design actually is a part of your what we call that knowledge that you can gain to develop basically your own kind of business kind of module or how you can present yourself later on, okay, in the public to make a sales there. Make a sales there. I'm right now also trying to make a sales to you guys there, but I don't know whether I am doing right or not there, right? Okay, but the way I try to explain basically is a part of the sales kind of what we call that strategies there, right? Maybe for me, for the university, right? Okay, you never know that, right? So, but those are the things that basically I actually want to stress out. So now, okay, when we talk about visual developments, okay, improvement on the drawing skills there, right? We are going to go back into our fundamentals there, right? Okay. Okay, let me go through back again. Okay, one of the few works that we just now. All right, we saw basically one of the works from one of your friends from group one. Now we take a look at some of the samples that are here. Okay. Can you see this kind of scribbling kind of drawings? All right. This is not the right kind of drawings that we look into. Why? Okay, anyone can explain first. Why I'm saying this is not the right kind of drawings here. Anyone there, okay? Don't be afraid. Okay, just
Is
give you
it
your opinion there.
cannot see the pressure line?
Hmm?
Cannot see the pressure lines.
Mm. The pressure line stroke is not there. Okay. What else there we can see from here? If you look at this, right? If this with these photos, there, right? Obviously, you can see, right? Okay, the moment that this person actually tried to move his hand, right? Gilson may be a guide like I did. We know basically what his feelings there, what his thought, what his feelings. All right, when he actually tried to work with this kind of line and drawing thing, what are the feelings that you can find from here? If you didn't want to actually draw this kind of drawing, what the moment that you felt there when you moved the stroke, what the moment that you felt there? Is there any kind of feeling that you can actually express or explain? I know what is it there. What is it there? Right? What do you think? What do you think, there, guys? Anyone can just tell me there, okay? You have to explain there, okay? Because later on, right, whatever that you're going to do, okay, you need to understand why actually you move the line like that. You have to think there. What is it? Anyone can explain? Don't be afraid there, right? To give those what we call that explanations. There, you see. But as you actually can look at, okay, with some of the drawings here, what do you see from here? Because on the videos, there basically, okay, I did actually show also the errors that people make, okay? I think all the videos that I actually, I think 3 of those videos that I actually recorded, okay, it show also the wrong kind of way that you navigate and use your screen when you draw directly. How actually you make a full use of your screen when you draw directly, when you start to work with the Photoshop there, right? The methods that make people do a lot of mistakes there. We can see from here. Okay, the problem that we have here directly, if we're using those tablets and Photoshop, do we have to draw the pictures side by side or on top of the layers there? Hmm? Hey, don't let me actually right, okay, talk on my own there. Okay, you guys actually right can solve this thing. Okay? Do you understand what I mean there, right? Do we have to draw side by side? Okay, you draw from when you look at the pictures from side, this side maybe for example, and you draw that. Okay, you not actually trace or draw on top of it. Right? It's basically right. You draw on top of the photos there, right? But why basically when you draw on top of the photos, you still cannot get it right? Right? Jail soon, if you watch these videos, check back again. All right? Check back again why actually I did show you guys how actually we're going to construct a line in the right way, how actually you're going to move your line in the right way, even though I'm going to show on these videos there. Okay? It's a matter of how actually you working with the way that you actually navigate what we can see, right, from the first 4, 5, 7 drawings, right, we can see some improvement, right? I'm not scolding, right, okay, but we can see some improvement. That's what I say, okay, it takes time to work, but it doesn't actually, right, it's not actually right there, okay? I know this person cannot draw. He has a hard time, okay, but he really work hard enough to learn and understand it. But that's what I said right before this. So what basically I can explain about these drawings, when he draw, he doesn't develop the confidence there. He feel hesitate there, okay? And he doesn't know where to start, where to move, how basically they want to move there. with your hands when you draw. Okay, that's what basically the challenge that some of you guys who have not actually have the experience to develop your skill before this, that you have to avoid. Okay, you have to avoid, or you have to face that, okay, the challenge. All right. So my kind of what we call that answer to this drawings there, or to this kind of quality of works, I will ask people to draw back again. Okay, to draw back again. Simple as that. Otherwise, I won't evaluate this kind of works anymore. Right? For week 4. Starting to week 4, you have to learn to change that. You don't know how to change, direct message to me. Okay? Message to me there. Don't be afraid there, okay? Because the point is right now, why actually we work with this tablets there. Okay, I think we try to work with the continuous line drawings there that we call continuous line drawing. But if you work with a continuous line drawing, why the course look like chat there, right? You basically have the pictures in front of you. See, this is the drawing that I did for the demonstrations, right? Look into the shapes, the alignment between the legs, right? Take a look here. The alignment there, okay. Suddenly, just now, right, okay, the horse's legs become like this one there, right? You want to draw like this, you don't have to come over here there, okay? Waste your time. This one, basically, you can ask your 12-year-old or maybe your siblings, right, to draw them back, okay, for you. All right. Draw from what you see, don't draw from what you think. The thing there, okay? Draw from what you see there. All right. So go back into our lessons here. Okay, the brush tool maybe that Gulsun actually used is right. But the problem is, you saw there, right, okay? The drawings here. What makes he want to draw like this? This is group 3 with 4 drawing number 17. Right. You see that? What makes he draw like this one there? Right? Good draw. Back again, according to my demo and diligence. Right? About to develop your understanding there. Understanding when you move your hand and control the strokes. The drawing strokes with your pressure, right, pointer. Pressure point close there, and close is connected. Okay, guys, if you look at my explanation, is it hard to understand? Is it hard to
Mm,
understand that?
no.
I don't want Shirley actually explain, no need, right? Okay.
No.
All right. What the rest of you guys there? What are the rest of you guys think? Okay, I know the basically. Okay, the harder thing is because you might say we don't have the talents that we're saying, right? Okay? We never draw before that, right? Hey, did you actually sign your name? Can you sign your name? Right. Tell me, okay, whether no one actually here who actually doesn't have don't have your signatures right, okay? Can you sign in your name using those tablets? Can you? Just like
Yeah,
using your pen?
yeah, I can.
Is it hard?
No.
Anyone say hard to sign your names using those tablets?
No.
No. All right. If no, they basically they're right. Same goes to drawing. It's like the same thing. Signing basically you use what? Do you actually have reference? You sign your name. You take a look at the reference. Oh, this is how I signed it. So I signed them back. All right. How actually you guys sign it? How actually you can come up with that kind of sign there? Right? How is it? Can you explain it right? How actually you can get uh, the ideas there to sign the name like that? How? Can you explain that right? Oh, I know the answer is there. You know the answer, huh? We already get used to sign. No lah. Huh. It's a gift from God there, right? Yes. Hey, huh? Gift from God that to us. Suddenly we can sign that. Huh? Right. Is it true? Huh? So we practice that, yes, of course. Okay, just now who said that? Okay, we get used to it. Okay, we already get used to the sign that, right? Okay, yeah, lah. You practice that, right? You sign that. How many times you practice it, right? 100 times how you practice the sign before you can get the right sign signatures there. 100 times is it? Or maybe a few times. Okay, oh, this is nice, lah, right? Okay, then you use it as part of your sign, right? You never actually think that, okay, oh, I have to train to sign 100 times, then I will get the right kind of signature there. Do you think like that? No, there, right? Spontaneously, you develop that confidence okay, along the way. Okay? Basically, you develop the confidence in a very short time there. Why? Because the only thing that make you afraid to sign your name, you might say people think, hey, why you sign so simple? Huh? Why you sign no nice? Huh? Right. For me, it's not look like, oh, style there, right? Maybe that. Or maybe some people love to watch some of your idols, maybe your Korean pop, K-pop or J-pop kind of idols, maybe have sign name, right? Like look like cool kind of stuff already. Then people will try to imitate that kind of sign there to be a part of yours. There maybe there, right? Okay? So go back into our drawing lessons, right? Illustrations there, right? Okay? Same thing. But when you sign your name there, right? Okay? If I sign your name, sign my name over here. Just like I'm writing mine using my pen when I use. Okay? Yeah, right. Okay. Even though the things that we actually draw were not going to be accurate, okay? We're not going to be accurate, right? My dad basically, I don't know how actually he signed, I forgot actually, but he signed maybe right, oh, like that. But everything has to be accurate, right? Okay? My dad like. But no, right? I'll be more flexible there. I will be more flexible there, okay? On my on my way of signing or things there, right? So now, if you can actually develop the confidence from there, what's wrong when you want to draw those continuous line drawing here, right? what we need to do right now to draw on top of the layers there, guys. Right, but we are not actually just tracing them, but we use our eyes there, carefully move our eyes there to draw exactly as what we see. But we have to use also our imaginations and thought and logic there, okay? How actually the hair of the, the horses were going to be look like. You guys can also increase a little bit the what we call that, the opacities, and then you can see that how actually I draw the shapes there, right? Huh? Draw the shapes there back. But I can't actually understand why suddenly he draw like this. What is this? Right, what is this? If I want you guys to actually draw like this, right, right, we can go straight into illustrations there, right? This is illustrations there, right? Illustrations there, right? Cartoon illustration or maybe some simplified illustrations there, right? Okay, so there's no point there, right? Okay, we're going to work like that. There's no point there. We need to learn to understand that, right? Okay, we want to understand what we have learned there. That's why this week basically, even though we are not going into depth, right, okay, on the drawing the basic structures there, but I want you guys to develop basically your understanding on this gesture line there, basically, right? Okay, gesture line there. Right? I think maybe he tried to work with this kind of drawings like. Okay, remember one thing there, guys. Gestures line drawings is not basically the drawings that actually only form the basic structures, flows, all right, and the pose for any subject, right? Look like fast drawing, right? Okay, when I draw, okay, look like a fast drawing, right? But if you cannot drawing faster there, right, like this, right, as a part of your gesture drawing exercise, gesture drawing there, okay. What you need to do, because gesture drawing is really important to understand the whole body postures that first. It's very quick and fast drawing exercise that help people to develop the understanding, by the same time learn the anatomies of the structures for the subject matters, right? But what you can actually apply if you don't want to draw, because when you draw fast, you lose the control. What you can do, you see there, right? How actually I draw. Maybe also a bit faster, right? I think you guys see. But can you see the line of drawings here? I'm simplify the shapes there, right? Okay? But I'm trying to organize the whole structure. It's like I'm doing a drawing a mapping there, okay, right here. Okay? And using the contour line drawing at the same time, right? Okay, wavy line, right? To work with the whole structure there. To learn about the physical anatomies of the horses there. Okay, right. I really want you guys to watch the videos, because when I actually explain and draw the right, okay, I did show you guys also some of the things that is really important for us to work in the draw is how actually you have to zoom in, right, and move your hands. See, even though I draw a bit quite fast, right, okay, but I believe I will show also on the videos. Okay, the shadows line, the strokes, right. Understand all these kind of areas there, okay, that will define basically the form of the structures itself there, right? The tail is there, right? But if you take a look at how actually I draw there, right, I not actually draw the outline only. I'm focusing all the structures there when I draw. And by the same time, I'm controlling my line. All right, the quality of line there, guys. See? The beauty of those drawings that we produce for a very short times. The beauty quality of line, the proportions well. You can so basically when I draw, I just try to draw. I can actually imitate or imagine the skull, right, from those skull of those horses there. Right. One of the biggest mistake also people do when they draw the writing, they will actually apply this kind of method there. This is the way that a lot of people do their writing. Okay? Uh, this what make the drawings look worse there, okay? And then if they want to draw this line there, right, they simply draw like this. Then what is this? Draw according to the shapes there, right? Study the whole shapes. Even though you cannot see the whole hairline, right, okay, but you can actually look closely and draw using this kind of wavy line to emphasize the hair strokes there, right, okay, for the hair, or the note for the horses there. Right? When you actually draw or assign your names, basically you use your imaginations, right? You try to draw something that not actually exists there, right? But you can imagine that, right? Your own kind of what we call that signatures there, right? How actually you work with it, right? Okay. Sometimes people draw a sign like this. What is this? If your name start with Q or P, it maybe is actually resembling that, right? Okay. But my M, this is basically a part of F, horizontal, right? Yeah. But the real F are going to be look like this, right? M is going to be like this, right? They're going to be like that, right? I just want to, what we call that, I want to give you guys a bit more like open up again our mood there, right? I'm not swearing there, right? I'm not swearing there, but Alright guys, we're still recording there, right? Okay. Sorry because of the line there. Yeah, I don't know why it is. Because of my Wi connections there. Alright. So luckily it's just here. Okay, now. You guys can hear me there, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Yeah. We have suddenly a technical error connection. So you hear basically my yelling there. Alright, so now we go back into our main kind of adaptive field thing. Okay, you saw basically I draw the horses before. Okay, I have a few. This is basically what basically I have for my what we call that dummy kind of what we call reference. Okay, to guide me to do some of the posts sometimes already. But I rarely use them already. I rarely use them because I just get it actually around last year. Okay, just to give away basically the samples that I might going to use later on. Okay, okay. When we talk about basic structures, okay, when we talk about basic structures, what are the most important things that we need to understand when we draw and work with writing, especially to develop our skills to draw, is it's not because how well you can trace those drawings, but the understanding the whole alignment between the human body structures, where basically the placement of the eyes, balance them out. Okay, because if you take a look at the basic structures of human face, right, this is basically a human face there. Okay, our eyes are going to be in the center point there. Okay, center point. All right, the ears are going to be above a little bit, but the bottom of the ears are going to be in what we call that with our nose there. But every human being, they are going to be a little bit different. Okay, the postures, the alignments. Okay, and the lips are going to be lower a bit, but not too lower. So if you lower, become a bit more like a cartoon level. Okay, it's normal there. Okay, lips or mouth there. These are going to be our lips. Okay, so the eyes between the end of the nose, the what we call the side of the nose, are going to be our tips of the eyes. Right. This kind of what we call the explanations that I'm not actually explained a little bit like this in the previous videos. That's why I said, okay, some of the videos I'm going to add a bit kind of what we call that some of the new things. Okay, this is basic standard. Okay, but if you take a look closely, the shapes of the eyes from side, from right side, left and right side, they're going to be look like this, half of it. But I did show you guys, see also some of the videos why basically the eyes is not actually full circle inside what we call the eyes, so it be inside the socket already. I did explain also to you guys about it. Right, every single form that you see from human being or any object, right, they came from the tip of the boxes here, like this, right? They cut into a few segments, all right, and then we put the shape of the circles inside there, triangles, right, hexagon, triangles, right, to what we call that, to complete the whole structures there, not drawings there. Okay, this one is a bit more cylinders, triangle shapes, right? This one a little bit more like hexagon there. Okay, this one look more like this kind of shape there, half circle, maybe cut over it back again. Right, this one is a bit more like the cylinders shapes for the biceps. This one a bit more like a cup or cylinder shapes over there. Circles for the ankles there, for the joining there, right? Then another boxes, another cylinders there, it works. So every human or every object that you see what came from the shapes here. See that? Boxes, right? Right? So as a designer, okay, to draw the hair, shapes of the hair, this is the basic structure there. Eyebrows, hips. As a designer, you need to understand how to construct the shapes there, right? In order to develop your understanding. You don't just draw from, even though we actually learn to draw from what we call that, okay, these are the material from the pictures there, right? It doesn't mean you have to draw and trace them, the whole thing, you know, right? I think it's at the same time there, right? 3D shape there, okay? 3D form of the boxes there. Same goes to this one there, right? That's why they look curved there, right? Curved line there with you. Okay? Curved line there. Okay? Why I'm using other than black colors, all right, for the what we call that drawing or sketch, because I'll also explain to uh, from the videos. So if you take a look at it, because I want to develop a sense of mood there, okay, when we draw there. The ankles over there, shapes of the legs, thigh and the leg there, right? See? We're not actually trying to copy the whole thing, but we want to what we call that learn or study basically the shapes that actually form basically these figures there. Right? It's not actually entire circles a bit, but you can actually use circles combined with the some of the oval kind of shapes there. Right? Okay? So all this kind of understanding has to develop along the way, but what are the most important things that you have to understand when you actually learn about illustrations or drawing form? It's all about controlling the strokes in the right way. And you see the way I move my hands, the way I develop the strokes there, the way I actually work with this kind of, okay, we have that we call the line of action that define the postures there. We call the line of action there. That will portray, right, the poses of the subject matter there. Dogs, cats, animals, human, even though tree. We want to draw the tree there, right? They have the line of actions, and then you start to draw those structures, right? The what we call that, the basic kind of foundations for those trees, and then, right, you will start to draw those branches there. Right? So that's why if you have enough understanding, drawings, okay, anything like it, especially that's why I stress you guys to draw, right, and use the right kind of structure. The way that I move my hands right now, by using both kind of techniques, sketch line techniques, continuous line drawing techniques that you get rid of. All right, sketch line, continuous line drawings combined together there, okay, and become a sketch, become this kind of drawing set. So those two methods of drawing, okay, draw the continuous line drawing there. When you draw quickly, right, okay, when you draw fast, basically, right, okay, you combine all these kind of what we call that way of working. Okay, from side profile, can you see, right, okay, the curved line, okay, from these boxes shapes, right? Basically, we combine, okay, medium, okay, can you see half of it of the boxes, right, okay, of the shapes of the form is between the eyes. Then you will draw the shapes of the mouth here, triangles, ears, right? This is the head, right? Our brain are going to be right here, our brain, right? So even though we're not actually studying anatomy, what we call that, as deep or detailed like the eyes, right? Like a surgeon or doctor, right? But we need to understand also the anatomies of human in the, right, in order to develop a characteristic, right? A characteristic. Because if you don't understand the basic anatomies there, right? If you don't understand the basic shape, the writing of anatomies, structures, okay, I'm combining both kind of techniques there. But all these kind of drawings there, right? Okay, they won't basically will affect it if you don't practice your drawing strokes in the right way. Okay, this is basically what we want to apply. I forgot what I want to say just now, okay, but when we actually move our hands to understand the whole structure, so like that's why some people withdraw legs like this. Why? They don't understand their whole structure. They don't see things in the right way there, right? Okay? You see that? The way that I draw right now were based like that analytical kind of drawing, or what we call that dogs there. Right? Okay? Shape itself, the shapes of the legs. Foot there, right? Okay? If you don't actually doing this kind of study, you never notice, right, okay, how the shape of structures look like there. You will not notice that. What basically you know, you just want to draw exactly like what you see, but you don't actually have that knowledge that brings together the life. That's why this week exercise is all about bringing it back again, those knowledge there. And of course, 2 hour sessions, right, back to back, right, okay, it's not enough. You need to have a lot of practice. So that means each drawing, each photo that I give you guys, there are going to be around 20 drawings there, right? You have to draw at least 2 different drawings there. One is a contour line drawings, slowly. Second one are going to be sketch line drawings, basic structures there, no shadings there. All right, but if I want to play with some shadings there, for examples, okay, for example, all right, just want to show you guys how it works. Because this kind of what we call that exercise we'll bring into later on, all right, for shading spot there, okay. If I want to shape a bit, okay, using those, what we call that, I'm using wet sponge brushes, okay, like shadows line of view. See the way I actually capture the shadows here. When I actually draw paint, I'm using the form, the structures, the flows of it. Okay? Flows of it. The shadows over here, right? The shadows a bit right here, a bit right here. Okay, and maybe a bit like here, right? Yeah. Shadows line. A bit right here, you can change the size of the brushes. Right? The shapes there, shadows. When you put right here, you can see the whole form together there, right? Right? The whole form together there, right? So those are basically the beauty of understanding when you draw, or you paint, right? And you think when you draw there, right? Learning about the shadows, line, and shapes, right? Light came from over here, all right? So the shadows fall off over here. Okay, there's a two areas of light and shadows there. But basically, we need to go into deep, maybe deep a bit, right? Okay, next week, okay, after you actually understand how actually going to work with those kind of shadows and strokes, right? So obviously, find pictures that have a very good kind of examples of working with the shadows and strokes, right? So otherwise, you will find a lot of hard time with the shadows over here. See, when I actually paint the shadows using soft line and flows, very soft kind of flows there, just to indicate. Basically, we just try to indicate the form of the shadows only. Right, capture it correctly, not as detailed as we want there. Just indicate some detailing over there. And here it comes form of the shadows from those faces, change size. When I paint, I'm not paint like that. According to the flows of the legs there, okay, structures of the legs. So that's how actually we paint or we draw that. Okay? So this kind of what we call that movement, flow, structures, it came with this exercise. Do a lot of exercise. Rough sketches exercise there, I think, that will give you guys more kind of experience, gain enough information while you draw there. Okay. So we have a few kind of exercise that we have to do. Okay, if some of you guys ask me whether we need to what we call that do some shadings. I don't know. Up to you. Because I love people to dry in. Okay. I love actually right student who actually do a little bit more kind of advanced things. That's why because when you actually have do advance or think ahead from other people's, that's your advantage there when you study there. Even though when you work outside, always have the mentality want to be advanced from other people. Mm. Okay, but the way, the technique, the methods, especially for those who really cannot draw well, follow exactly as I told you guys this. Right? Don't be stubborn there, okay? Don't be saying, hey, this is my style, sir. I used to draw like this one, okay? I don't talk shit about it, okay? Please, because um, it's not basically, it's a good kind of way of to presenting or to develop your kind of mind there, okay? Open up your mind to any kind of obstacle and options there, challenge, right? I'm only provide you guys. All right, guys, any questions there so far? Hey, open up your screen. I want to see your face there, right? Open up your webcam there, okay? Well, you have to be shy there, okay? You don't have to be shy there, okay? Later on, I'm going to ask you guys to draw your face. In your face there, right? Huh? All right. Each of you guys will study your own face there. Right. No inquiries from there, right? Okay? No questions there. Okay? If you want to eat, go ahead. Right? It's okay, good. Okay? See this guy, huh? What? Big what? Huh? We're in, right? Okay? Being very fast, right? Yeah? It's okay, guys. You want to have your breakfast, eat while our sessions, and you guys at your home, right? Okay? So we have the more flexible kind of time that works. Right. Okay, remember that, okay? We want to develop and change the way we draw. I did also show you guys also the videos that I actually did. The code I also demonstrated a bit previously about drawing methods. What basically the mistakes that people always do, that they will actually go back into that kind of drawing and say, look, I'm back again. Right. What is to check that for you. I want to show you guys okay, the one of the okay, remember, okay, this is what we call a form of drawings, okay, from the first videos that I actually record there, right, okay. Basic structures drawing to go after this one there. Video. Okay, if you watch this video, okay, this one there, okay, this reference. What basically I want to show the student itself. If you, okay, in the futures, you want to, because we are not looking for any perfect drawing. I'm not actually looking for any perfect drawing. There's no such thing as perfect drawing. But to get the perfections in your kind of working, perfections in your working, not practice make perfect, okay? Practice basically make progress. Progress means a very good progress. And no progress, that means this is what people always go back into. When they design the characters, they start to design the characters in this kind of shapes there, okay? A very awkward, difficult kind of shape there. Start with a very simple circles there first. You can draw circles well, square, boxes. I don't think it's not that hard. The way that they draw hesitations, just like your for example that I show you guys here, okay? Most people will do the same mistake. The only worry is that. But how actually you allow that mistakes that been doing repeatedly, okay, and without learning to improve, that's the thing that you should answer it yourself. Okay? I start also from zero there, okay. I have a few knowledge, but I love to draw. But I can develop along the way based on the same method that I have been showing you guys. Because I've learned also the same methods. Even though I'm doing it very more deeply on the exercise, right? I have to compress a bit because then you have to go through the same kind of standard kind of procedure module that they otherwise you're taking diploma in illustration courses, which mean that you don't have, right? That's the different thing, right? But because we have multimedia, you have 2 semesters working with this kind of fundamental kind of illustration exercise and assignments and projects, right? Learning experience. And then these kind of skills will bring into your animation subject. You have 2 semesters also, which actually will emphasize more into 2D and cell animation subject. So that means if you don't actually focus on the way that you control your strokes well, you will find a lot of hard time, and later on you still draw the characters like this one, right? Okay, we did these 2 different kind of drawings, right? You ask yourself everything. I'm not asking you guys to be like me, but I want you to develop your skills in the right way. Between these 2 drawings, these characters, these strokes is the same, right? Okay, these 2 drawings. Which styles of drawing that you find is more right to become as a part of the designer? Which one? If you want to become a designer in the future, or you want to develop your skills, which type of drawings that you want to apply that, especially in sketch line drawings? Because we're talking about we want to develop our skill to sketch in a very quick way directly first. Don't talk about manga style or whatever styles that you have in your mind there, okay? We're talking about fundamentals there. I'm not talking about the styles of the cartoon characters now. The drawing styles there, right? The drawing style, right? Because if you take a look at any manga cartoon character, okay, drawing. Let me show you guys. Not this one. This is inking. Hopefully we have that right, huh? Ah, yes, this one. See? Right. Can you see the styles of drawing here? It came from the same kind of strokes. Don't look at the different characters. The way they draw the strokes almost the same. The way that people draw them. Okay, they have the basic structures there. Sketch line, confident line afterwards. Try to learn to adapt and understand and look into the detail. Don't look into the overview there. Okay? People always say, "Oh, this drawing look nice there. I love this character here." Okay? Those are the laymen. You ask your sibling, your mom, dad, maybe your uncle, they will explain and assume the same thing. You, as a design student, take a look at the detail of the strokes there, the way, the confidence that these character designers develop the strokes there, okay? And compare them back. We want to achieve that kind of drawing, not the quality of the characters there. Achieve the style of drawings there. It's not details there. If you take a look here, it's not details there. But it shows basically the understanding on the way they control the strokes there. Confidence. Okay? So go back into this one. Ask yourself back again, you want to draw like this for the rest of your life or this one? Okay? That's the detailed video that I explained. I'll ask some of the students and discuss in the previous videos. Okay? So ask you guys back again. See the right strokes there? Normally, okay, everyone will go into the same, right? You ask any character designers, any artists, any professional artists or designers, they go through the same kind of experience, right? In Facebook, there's a Chinese kind of art college online kind of pages, right? I also in those pages, but I didn't when they taught, when they explain. I cannot actually understand, but I assume I know basically what it's all about. What are the things that you want to explain? I think to this page there, right? It's a good kind of page also. But I believe they explain the same thing. Right? They explain the same kind of methods of working there. Right? There's no such thing that is easy way. There's a lot of practice. Let's work and enjoy yourself there more. Okay? So any questions so far there, guys? Hmm? No worries. Any questions?
No.
No?
Oh,
All right. So if there are any questions, right? So maybe we can